All right, last example here for our partial fraction decomposition. In the last video, you watched as we decomposed and we had a quadratic in the denominator that we weren't able to factor. Well, if you look at this example, again, we have a quadratic in the denominator that we cannot factor. However, it's repeated, it's squared. So what's that going to look like for us? So we know that we've got an x that is a linear term, so we just need a constant term in the numerator. Okay. Now think about how our repeated terms have worked in the past. We will put an x squared plus 1 there, and we will put an x squared plus 1 squared there. Now when we take a look at this, this is a quadratic form. Okay, so we need a linear term in the numerator. That's a bx plus c. And this is also a quadratic term, so we need another linear term. Now we've already used a, b, and c, so we've got to go to our next letter. We got to go dx plus e. Okay, so still a quadratic term, it's just repeated twice. We need another linear term. We got to just keep using letter names here to set up for those unknowns. So from here, we should be good to go. Let's multiply by the LCD on both sides. X to the fourth, x cubed, x squared minus x plus 1. All right, distribute. X cancels. A times x squared plus 1 squared plus x squared plus 1's cancel. We have bx plus c times that x is still there and 1 of the x squareds plus 1 plus dx plus e times x. All right, so let's take a look at this and let's think about our best way to solve it. We could FOIL this out. We could distribute the x, FOIL those out, distribute that, combine all of our like terms, write our system. Now our system has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 unknowns. So we would have a 5 equation system. So what I'm going to look at though, is there any way that I can simplify this and get something easy, similar to that last video when I looked at this and I recognized that -3 could get rid of a lot of the equation for me. So take a look at this one and see if there's a value of x that would really clean things up. I see one, do you? Here's what I see. I see if we let x equals 0, this term's gone. That's got a 0 right there. That term's gone. This term is not gone because 0 squared plus 1 is 1 and 1 squared is 1. So I think we've got something here for us. If we let x equal 0, what do we have here? 0 to the fourth, 0 cubed, 0 squared, minus 0 plus 1. 1 equals a times 0 squared plus 1 squared times 1 plus 0, 0. We just got a. A is 1. So that at least can reduce us down to 4 variables. And let's put a in now. So if a is 1, then this is just x squared plus 1 squared. Now, I don't really think that there's another value that I can put in that would get rid of any terms. So now is the point where I'm going to multiply this out. And we're going to say this is what? X to the fourth plus 2x squared plus 1 plus, let me distribute it to that term, Okay, I'll FOIL that out in the next step, and let me distribute here. All right, so we've got bx to the 4th, cx cubed, bx squared, a cx, there we go. All right. Let's see here. What do we have? How many x to the 4th? 1 plus b. I like that. I think we're going to get b pretty easily there. How many x to the 3rds? I just see the c. I like that. That's going to work out pretty well. How many x squareds? 2 plus b plus d x squareds. How many x's? C plus e. And our constant is 1. So, taking a look at this, 1x to the 4th, 1 equals 1 plus b. b 0. All right, we got a's 1. We got b 0. X to the 3rds. 1x to the 3rd. Let's try that again. 1x to the 3rd equals cx to the 3rd. So 1 equals c. All right, got that. This is moving along nicely. All right, x squareds, c's and e's. All right, let's go to the x squared. 1x squared. So 1 equals 2 plus b, but we know b is 0. So 1 equals 2 plus d. So d is negative 1. Where are we at now? X is, that's a minus 1. So negative 1 equals c plus e, but c is already 1. That's 1 plus e. So e is negative 2. And let's just double check. Did we get them all? A, B, C, D, E. A, B, C, D, E. We've got it. Well, apparently that didn't copy and paste. Copy. See if that works. Paste. Doesn't like it. Okay. So let's just do this. This is going to equal, all right, something over x. What was our a? 1 plus, we had an x squared plus 1. Now that was a bx plus c. b is 0. So this is 0x plus c, which is 1. That's just 1. So it ended up being just a constant term, but we didn't know that. Had to solve it to find out. Now the x squared plus 1 squared term, that's dx plus e, so that's negative 1x minus 2. There we have. So a little bit of perseverance. And you saw me use that idea of, you know, can I find one of my values, one of my unknowns pretty easily by substituting a value in for x? 0 worked out super well and got me a right away, and that saved me a significant amount of work. Once I had that, though, there wasn't anything for me to do other than multiply it out and work through combining our like terms and so on. So that's my last video for partial fraction decomposition. Keep working on it, get better at it. We'll see you next time.